Hello everybody. So in the previous video I have discussed about the photosynthesis, stomata, working of stomata, then how does photosynthesis occur and the factors affecting photosynthesis. Even the end products also I had discussed. So today I am going to discuss the topic that is the first topic of photosynthesis and respiration in plant is utilization of synthesized food and its important. I had discussed that the end products of photosynthesis are two. There are two end products of photosynthesis, glucose and oxygen, and that glucose is very important for the food, means it is very important for the food of all living organisms. So food manufactured in the leaf is required for use by all other parts of the plant. So it is not only useful for the other living organism, it is useful for the plant itself also. Glucose is formed in the leaf very rapidly during photosynthesis and it can be transported to other parts with the same rapidity. So several molecules of glucose join together and they form what? Insoluble starch for temporary storage. So remember that after the process of photosynthesis there is a formation of glucose. But some part of the glucose is what? Utilized by the plant itself. But not at that time all the part of the glucose get utilized by the plant. So what happened? Glucose many molecules of glucose join together to form insoluble starch and that they get stored in the leaf. At night this starch is reconverted into what? Soluble sugar, and this sugar in the form of sucrose is transported in solution through the veins of the leaf and down through the phloem of the stem. So remember, after photosynthesis the food is formed in the form of glucose. It get temporary storage, clear, temporary it get stored in the form of insoluble starch, and then it moves, means it get transported to different parts of the plant in the form of what? Sucrose. Okay. In this way it gets transported to different parts of the plant where it may be reconverted into what? Starch for storage, or it is utilized to produce energy for various functions in the plant. Now next is the significance of a photosynthesis, means importance. Significance means what is the importance of photosynthesis? So first, it provides food to all the living organism, and second, that it gives what? Oxygen, that is very important for the respiration. So first is food for all. Plants prepare their own food by which process? Photosynthesis, and the plants in turn are eaten by the animals. Next is oxygen for respiration. You know, all the free oxygen in the atmospheric air is the result of what? Photosynthesis. No animal can survive without oxygen as it is needed for respiration. Even the plants use the same oxygen in the dark for their own respiration. So for this, here is one activity that I am going to explain you to show that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. Yes, we know. So here is one activity for this. The green color of a leaf is due to the presence of chlorophyll. Although most leaves are green and some have white or yellow patches on them. You must have seen the white or yellow patches on the leaf. For example, the leaf of the coleus. So this is what? This type of leaf is called as variegated leaves. So what is variegated leaf and what is the example of variegated leaf? This is important. Means the leaves which are not green, clear, but they have what? White or yellow patches on them, then that type of leaf is called as variegated leaves. So for that, only the green part of a leaf shows production of starch. Carry out a starch test on variegated leaf of a plant that has been kept in the sunlight. Only those part of the plant will turn blue-black which were green, while the white or the yellow patches remain unchanged. And this shows what? This shows that photosynthesis occurs only in chlorophyll containing parts. Okay, now next is activity 2. This is about to show that light is necessary for photosynthesis. For this, take a potted plant which has been de-starched by keeping in a dark room overnight. Cover its one leaf on the upper surface by black paper which has a design cut out on it. You will see the picture. In next slide I will show you the picture. Clip figure. Clip the paper firmly as shown in the figure, and thus the parts of the leaf adjacent to the cutout design are exposed to what? Light, while the covered parts are not. Keep this setup in sunlight for 6 to 8 hours. Next, pluck this leaf from the plant and remove the black paper. What you will see, perform this starch test on the leaf as we have discussed in the previous slide. Okay, and then what will you observe? The parts of the leaf left uncovered and exposed to sunlight will turn blue-black. Why it will turn blue-black? Because this shows that the photosynthesis, because photosynthesis occurred in that part only. Okay, and why photosynthesis occur in that part? Because photosynthesis, that part received sunlight. So it is very important, means this is very important that only the part of the leaf exposed to sunlight perform what? Photosynthesis, or we can say very clearly that light is necessary for photosynthesis. Now next is activity 3. Activity 3 is to show that starch is produced in green leaves during photosynthesis. Okay, so for this, pluck a green leaf from a plant which has been growing in bright sunlight and put this leaf in beaker with boiling water for about 2 to 3 minutes so as to kill the cells, denature the enzymes and make the leaf more permeable to iodine solution. So here the question comes that why the leaf. So when you perform the experiment to test that starch is produced in green leaves during photosynthesis, why do you keep the leaf in boiling water? So you have answer here, 3 answers given here. Clear? What are the 3 answers? First, to kill the cell, denature the enzymes and make the leaf more permeable to iodine solution. Clear? So till here means from here to kill, from here to here points are given. And take the leaf out of the beaker and place it inside a tube containing boiling methylated alcohol. Clear? And put the tube of alcohol in a beaker of boiling water. Do not heat the tube of alcohol directly over a flame, but put in a beaker of water, boiling water. Clear? So what will you observe? You will observe that after 10 minutes, the leaf will lose its water. The leaf will lose its chlorophyll entirely and will turn almost colorless and water transparent. Clear? So wash the decolorized leaf with water to remove the alcohol. Now put the decolorized leaf in a petri dish and pour a few drops of iodine solution over it. What will happen? Soon it will become blue-black color, and this indicate what? The presence of starch. So this is very good and important test to present means to check the presence of starch, because whenever starch is present there and you will put iodine, you will put few drops of iodine solution, then that part becomes what? Blue black in color. Now next is activity 4. This activity is to show that oxygen is given out during photosynthesis. For this, take a beaker and fill 3/4 of it with water and place hydrilla plants in it. Hydrilla is water. Hydrilla is aquatic plants. Clear? The stem of the plant should be placed upwards. Cover the plants with a glass funnel. You will see the picture in the next slide. Completely fill the test tube with water and place your thumb on the opening of the test tube and slowly invert this over the stem of the funnel and place this arrangement where? In sunlight. Clear? It is very important because you know sunlight is very important for the process of photosynthesis. Now here you can see the picture also. Okay, what will you observe? Bubbles of a gas are seen escaping into the test tube. As the gas rises up, it displaces the water. Remove the test tube with the gas carefully and insert a glowing matchstick or a splinter. What you will observe? That the glowing matchstick starts burning. Clear? And glowing matchstick starts burning. You can write here that this glowing matchstick starts burning. Okay, so this glowing matchsticks starts burning, and which gas helps in burning? Yes, oxygen. Clear? Oxygen gas helps in burning. It supports burning. So this clearly indicates that what oxygen is given out during photosynthesis. Now, next slide. I am going to discuss about the respiration. Plants require a constant supply of energy for all the different processes that go on inside the cells of the plant body, and energy is required for growth of plant. Clear? So why energy is required for the plants? So first, that for growth of the plant, first point is here. Second, for root cells to penetrate the soil, and third, water, absorb water and minerals, and so many such other activities. So three functions given here, or 3 points given here to for the question that means why energy is required. Clear? Or how plants uses its energy. Clear? Then where does the plant get this energy from? As you have learnt earlier, energy is obtained by which process? By the process called as respiration. Clear? So now it's very clear that next slide I am going to discuss about the respiration. Respiration is the process in which what happened? Glucose is broken down to release energy, and some of the energy liberated during the breakdown of the glucose molecule is in the form of heat, but a large part of it is converted into chemical energy, and that chemical energy is called as what? Adenosine triphosphate. The short form of this adenosine triphosphate is ATP. Any activity inside the cell is carried out by the energy released by these ATP molecules. Basically, there are two types of respiration: aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Clear? Aerobic respiration means respiration that utilizes water, oxygen, and anaerobic respiration means that does not utilize oxygen. Clear? So, aerobic respiration, water. All cells. Clear? All cells throughout life perform aerobic respiration. Clear? So here usually all cells perform aerobic respiration by utilizing oxygen to break down the food and get energy. In aerobic respiration, glucose is completely oxidized into carbon dioxide, water and energy. You can see carbon dioxide, water and energy. And the excess energy gets stored in the cell in the form of ATP. And what amount of ATP? 38 ATP. So in aerobic respiration, 38 ATP is released. Next is anaerobic respiration. In anaerobic respiration occurs in absence of what? Oxygen, and it is usually seen where? Intestinal parasites, yeast and most bacteria. So where does anaerobic respiration found? So you can write intestinal parasites, yeast and most bacteria. In anaerobic respiration, glucose is partially broken down, and partially broken down into what? Ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. And what amount of energy? 2 ATP. Clear? Then in anaerobic respiration, partial breakdown of glucose occurs in different way. Like in animals you get different product, and in plants you get different products. Clear? So like in anaerobic respiration, the food is broken down into ethanol. Where? In plants. Okay? oh, something is here. So in plants and carbon dioxide, but the energy given out is less. Differences between the aerobic and anaerobic respiration we will discuss. Okay, so we'll discuss. First we will go through the respiration in plants. So the process of respiration in plants includes the following step. First is what? Absorption of oxygen from the atmosphere. Second one, oxidation of stored food by absorbed oxygen. Third, release of energy as a result of oxidation. And fourth, what? The carbon dioxide and water are the end products which go out of the plants. So this is the process of respiration in plants. That means these are the steps in the process of respiration in plants. Now I'll discuss in the previous slide. We'll discuss the aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So it utilizes oxygen. Aerobic respiration, anaerobic it does not utilize. Okay, food molecules completely break down, and here food molecules partially break down. Then carbon dioxide and water formed here, and here ethanol with carbon dioxide in plants and lactic acid in animals are formed. Here 38 ATP molecules released, and here 2 ATP molecules released. Okay, now next is respiration and photosynthesis. Plants get the required energy for oxidation of glucose during the process of what? Respiration. And you have already learned that plants synthesize their own food by which process? Photosynthesis. Glucose is synthesized when carbon dioxide and water combine together in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So you can say that by seeing the equation, you can clearly say that photosynthesis and respiration, they are what? Opposite to each other. Okay, so they are what? Opposite to each other. Like at first sight it appears that respiration and photosynthesis in plants are two opposite processes. Clear? And in some ways it is correct also. Like during the photosynthesis, what happened? During the photosynthesis, glucose is produced, and during the respiration, glucose is broken down. Then during the photosynthesis, the energy is obtained from sunlight, while in respiration, energy is produced in the form of ATP. Okay, so now we will discuss very nicely about the difference between the photosynthesis and respiration. Okay, so first difference is that in this the food is synthesized, in this the food is broken down. Oxygen is released, here the carbon dioxide is released. Okay, then here it occurs in plant cell. It occurs in water. It occurs in plant cells, and it occurs in all cells of both plants and animals. And photosynthesis occurs only during the day, and only during the day, and respiration occurs both during the day and night. Okay, clear? So these are the four difference between the photosynthesis and respiration. Now next, this is very clear, you must have studied in primary classes also. Like during night too, respiration continues. So this is very important question, that what about the night? During night time what happened? Plants respire, or because that time plants don't do the process of what? Photosynthesis. So during night time what happens? During night too, respiration continues. Plants take in oxygen and give out what? Carbon dioxide. Hence there is some truth in the belief that one should not sleep under the trees at night. Why? Because during the night time plants respire, and in the process of respiration plants give out which gas? Carbon dioxide gas, and the same gas that person will inhale. Okay, so but sleeping under the tree during the hot midday is cool, as one gets both oxygen due to photosynthesis and coolness due to transpiration. Okay, now next, activity 5. To prove that carbon dioxide is produced during respiration in germinating seeds. So for this, take two flasks A and B, place some wet cotton wool at the bottom of each flask. Soaked seeds are placed in flask A, and and an equal number of boiled seeds. Clear? Boiled seeds are placed where? In B. Okay. A little antiseptic is added to flask B to prevent bacterial growth on dead seeds, which would what happen? Which would otherwise in turn respire and release carbon dioxide gas. Okay. So which are the antiseptics used here? Yes, you have to learn this name, carbolic acid. Clear? So in this process, which antiseptic is used? Carbolic acid. And why carbolic acid is used? Then your answer will be to prevent bacterial growth on dead seeds. That's enough. The flasks are tightly corked and left in similar conditions of light and temperature. A few days later, the seeds in flask A will what? Germinate, and those in flask B will show no sign of any germination. Why? Because they were what? Dead seeds. The gases in each flask are then tested by removing the cork and tilting the flask over the test tube containing lime water and then shaking up the test tube. The expected gas, carbon dioxide, being heavier than air, would flow down, okay, into the test tube. The gas from flask A would turn the lime water milky. So this is the best test to show the presence of carbon dioxide gas. Means when carbon dioxide gas is passed through the lime water, then the lime water turns milky. So this is the best test to check the presence of which gas? Carbon dioxide gas. While the gas in flask B will show no effect, therefore the conclusion is that the germinating seeds give out which gas? Carbon dioxide gas. Okay, this is very clear in the given figure also. Here you can see in A, soaked beans on wet cool is kept, and in B, what? Boiled seeds. Boiled seeds means what? Dead seeds. And so when carbon dioxide gas passes through the lime water, what will happen? The lime water turns milky, and then it shows that the presence of which gas? Carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so now this chapter is over. Thank you very much. I hope all the topic must have become very clear to you. Have a nice day.